producing fire and lightning on the set, that's how I roll. Bringing big pigment to a white flamingo. Bringing big pigment to a white flamingo.
Yo, what's up? It's me, Kane, right here. The one and only, of course, and the one you'll only know. See, I'm just having dinner now. But whilst I eat my dinner, I wanna tell y'all a funny, interesting story. About what exactly? About when I was caught. Let me rephrase that. About when I was caught watching explicit videos. Not really watching them, but I was, caught with them in my phone by my dad. So now, this was like back in 2014. It was around March, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was around March. And it was on school holidays, you feel. So back then, I still used to watch soccer back then. I mean, play soccer rather. I used to play soccer, so it was on school holidays. My cousin came over, and that nigga was innocent, you feel. But now he's messed up, but not because of me. Now he's just messed up. But anyway, that guy was still innocent because he was still in primary. You see, I was like in grade 8, and I was 14. So now we went to soccer practice, you feel, at a team I used to play for called Kibla Park United. Now that day, like even a few days before that day, when my cousin came, I kept showing him, the explicit videos I had in my phone. And I never even used to download those videos, you see. What had happened is that in that site, it was a site called Zamob. That's the site we used to download our music. I used to download my music there back then because it was a thing. So now, that site, the first thing that they advertise is explicit videos, you feel. So now there was a time I accidentally clicked on it, then started watching one, but then deleted at the same time. So this happened with many of them. So there was a time I eventually became lazy to delete the videos, so I decided to keep them. And then when my cousin came over, I showed him some, He would like, I would like jerk off in the other room, in my room. He would go to the bathroom and jerk off there. We were young, and this guy was only in primary. He was like, how old was he then? He was 13, I was 14. That these videos used to even download faster than the music in that website. So now back to the story. So there was a day we went to soccer practice, My cousin never used to play for the team, so he wasn't allowed to practice, but it doesn't matter. I was at soccer practice that day, and that day I left my phone here at home. My cousin too. We left it on top of the ottoman. It's like a small couch, in the lounge. We left it there. Normally my dad rather, never used to check my phone at all, you feel. He never used to check my phone. So now, I don't know what happened that day. Whilst we were at soccer practice, he got back from work. He decided to look through my phone. So me and my cousin, coming back from soccer practice, happy. I get back home, the gate is locked. As in, there's even a chain around it. You know the part where you open, there's even a chain around it to not allow me to open. And we came back late. I think it was around 7:30 because, you know, soccer practice used to finish late. So now I had to like call my dad by the gate to come and open. He came out pissed. He's like, "Where am I from?" I told him I'm from soccer practice. You know, most we come late. We come out late there. And then he was like, "Hey," cause you know, my soccer team, we used to call it Diggers. You feel the place there where we used to train. So I was like, "I get go Diggers." When he asked me where am I from, then he was like, "Diggers single or shut." It's like. So then he opened the gate. You know, he let us in. Then he's like, "Come here." We walked into the crib together. When I walk in the crib, what I heard is, you know, the sounds you hear from porn. So I heard those sounds. And then he went to go, because you know in my crib when you get in, like, it's just the table there. You know, there's the kitchen and then there's like a table there and chairs. He was sitting there and my phone was just there on the table. He twisted around to show me. He's like, "What's this?" And that time I see the video and I remember exactly what video it was because I had many of them. Let me just go into detail a bit. It was a video of an old ass white lady rimming a black young dude, you feel. And yeah, they were doing shit. You know what I was porn. So anyway, in that video, you know, like, that's the video he showed me. And that video was like below many. I think below 4 or 5 videos. So I think he watched all of them. Although he was pissed. That was my first time ever seeing my dad that pissed. I don't think he's ever been pissed at me like that in my life. Me and my dad, yeah, you know, there were times, you know, we weren't getting along. But that day, that was like my very first time my dad being very, very angry at me. He was highly disappointed for months even. So now as he showed me a video, it's like, "What's this?" And now I'm speechless. And then he's like, "Sole motomulu kashebela ntutsi." Yeah. And then it's like, cause like his toolbox used to stay in my room, you feel. So he's like, "Zamolata hamore yaka go toolbox." That time I'm scared, you feel. In my head, you know, I'm thinking, yeah, this guy, what if now he wants to fuck me up with his hammer? So now, as I bring the hammer to him, he tells my cousin to also, what the fuck? He tells my cousin to also bring his phone, you feel. He tells my cousin to also bring his phone. I'm trying to balance this phone here pretty quick. Please bear with me. Yeah, so like now, but luckily my cousin never had a memory card. I had a memory card. So my dad is like, "Bring these phones, put them here next to each other." Mine and his and my cousin's phone. And that time we were still using Androids, like we were using the button phones. I was using a Nokia X2. I forgot what Nokia he was using, but it was similar to an X2. It had that keyboard, you know. Nah, man, what the fuck? It had that keyboard. So now, so now my dad is like, "Take out the memory cards, put them next to the phone." My cousin was like, he didn't have a memory card, so, and he didn't have a lot of things in his phone. So it was just that he just needed to delete, you feel. So now me with the memory card, my dad is like, "Come, let's go outside." Holding that hammer. He's like, "I must hold the hammer on my right hand and the memory card here on my left hand. So we went outside, just stay by the door by the stoop. It tells me to put the memory card there and then hit it with the hammer. So I was like, oh, so this is what the hammer was for. And I literally hit that memory card with the hammer. That time I had over 600 tracks. I had videos, like I had nice dance videos of myself. I used to dance hip-hop back then. There were literally so many things in that memory card, and I had to destroy it. That broke my heart so badly. Now my dad is pissed off, of which I didn't blame him. And now he was like, yeah, do not let's shock at Jesus, Luna Bafana. Let's shock at Rapelo Bafana. Shock at Jesus, and totally the I went to go shower. My cousin went to go pretend as if he's sleeping in my room, you know. That time my mom is on her way home. My dad is speaking to my mom over the phone. Oh, I just hear that time he's pissed. He's like, hey, what's about Kopanyelong on how? Kapon. Katotsi pon mo phone in your eye. And all I hear is, that's wrong. So that time I took time in the bath, you feel, because I was scared to come out. I didn't know what to say to my mom. But when she got home, she also went to go check out my cousin in my room when he was pretending to sleep, you know, to check if he's sleeping or not. Of which she wasn't. But my mom was chilled. When I got out there, she told me. Because I remember my mom used to teach me about STIs from when I was very young. No. She spoke about that. There was a book she had about STIs that she taught me about. So she was like, remember that book I showed you? You know sex for your age is a no-no, right? Because I was still young, I was 14. So now that time... my mom, you know, she was just chilled. My dad was the pissed off one. I think 4 days later that week, my cousin had to go back home because we were about to open, you know, schools were about to open. And that day when my cousin went, my parents were ganging up on me with this shit. My dad asking me, making me sit next to him asking me on some, how long have you had this porn? Where did your cousin get it from? You the one that corrupted him. I was like, nah. Okay, I kinda did corrupt him. But he saw it in my phone, he decided to send. I actually showed him, then he decided to send some. So I didn't entirely corrupt him, but I did. And I think when schools opened, I didn't do pretty well in my first term because we used to get our reports like the next term. That time this shit came back, my dad was ganging up on me on some, yeah, you don't even focus in school, you're busy out here watching porn, whatever. Damn, like it was hectic then. And I've explained the story so many times to my friends and they laughed hard. But I don't care. By the time my dad said go fetch the hammer in my toolbox, that line alone freaked me out because I thought he was gonna fuck me up with that hammer, honestly. So as I thought he was gonna fuck me up with that hammer, you know, like, I'll never forget that day. Because he even specifically said to my mom, if it wasn't for my cousin being there, he would have fucked me up with that chain he used to lock the gate. I'm telling you guys, if it wasn't for my cousin there, my dad was gonna show me shit that day. So from then, I never watched explicit videos for a long ass time. But now what had happened, you know, when you watch explicit videos, it sort of like stays in your mind, you feel. So now it kind of affected me low-key for life because especially at that age, I became addicted to masturbation. But I was scared now to download videos because of my dad catching me. But I was addicted to wanking, you feel, and that's where things got fucked up. So from then, I think I started watching explicit videos again. Most probably, I think, in which year was it again? I'd say maybe 2016 again. But however, 2014, even though I never used to download them or even watch them online, I'd rather used to download nudes, you feel, and jerk off to them. So we're back. Well, I'm back, and as always, I want to get some. Yeah, but anyway, just to finish up that story. So like every time I got tempted, to like watch the explicit videos again, I used to get hesitant because I kept remembering the time, when my dad found them. The look he gave me on his face. It's like he never trusted me with anything no more. I remember he even took the key from the bathroom because him and my mom were using the shower in their room, so I was using the bathroom here, and it always had a key, so I always used to lock when I bath. He literally took the key away. He even basically told me straight up, he's like, nah, you no longer have privacy in this house after watching porn, so you can easily come with drugs. It's like, that's how much he never trusted me, and like that's how much he no longer trusted me, you feel. And that was like hectic. Those were one of the most hectic moments in this household. Yeah. So that was me, when I got caught. Or actually, I was found with porn in my phone. Yeah, now I keep healthy. This is lemon water in here. Yeah, and by the way, I'm on day 126 of NoFap. But I'll make another NoFap video when I'm at day 150. Yeah. So the last time I watched porn, obviously I was honest with y'all. It was, I think, in August, the early days of August. But porn has affected me in many different ways, mentally. Especially mentally. Because I ended up viewing girls in a different way. So I understand why my dad was so pissed when he found me with it. And I wouldn't have blamed him for wanting to give me a hiding and beat me up so bad, because I would have actually deserved it, honestly. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and share, subscribe. And I'll see you next time.
All for this, keep on pushing every hour and sacrifice my time. This is my passion, I would die for this and even pay a price for this. Hip hop music, my destiny, man, I would never fight for this. No one can hold me back, man, I am Mercury, you're all for this. Keep on pushing every hour and sacrifice my time.